Wednesday, October 2nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you, cutting this video a little later than I typically do. This is just before the 8 o'clock time frame here on this Wednesday morning. Let me show you a look from the Avalon Pier web camera this morning. The temperature there, 65. No wind of significance at the moment there. West wind around 5 miles per hour. We had another very nice day, but a warmer day yesterday around the region. A lot of 80s creeping into the picture. A lot of low 80s around the Charlotte and Greensboro and Triangle regions. Low 70s up around Boone, 84 in Columbia yesterday. And it's going to be a little bit warmer today as this warming trend continues. Boone right now at 48. And again, these are temperatures just prior to 8 a.m. 56 degrees in Columbia, 59 in Fayetteville, 58 in Wilmington. Dew point temperatures largely in the 50s once you get outside of the mountains. Another pretty nice day, but pretty far above average temperature day coming for today. Big trough diving into the Pacific Northwest. This is what the 500 millibar chart looks like on the GFS model. That'll be advancing eastward. Now, a lot of warm air in the afternoons, right on through Saturday. We're probably looking at a lot of mid and even some upper 80s for highs across the Piedmont and the upstate here through Saturday. But then that trough advances eastward, and we begin to get some tropical moisture getting drawn northward and up into the region. Now, and again, in the short term, it's a temperature forecast, pretty cool over the eastern part of the country, but that warm air has been advancing in. 70 degrees, again, just prior to 8 Eastern time in Nashville and Tupelo, 70 back in Little Rock, 76 down in New Orleans. But here's a setup this weekend. I think Saturday will still be dry, but as we get toward later Sunday, that storm system begins to pull in, so some showers possibility by later in the day Sunday. But it's still looking like the core of the system comes through Sunday night and into the day on Monday. And a lot of this system having its origins in the tropics, at least in terms of the part of the system that will determine how much rain we see. Now, this is what the 6C GFS is showing with the rain amounts. It really cut down on the amounts over parts of North Carolina from the 0Z run. But notice there's the GFS and here's the European. They're a pretty good agreement in terms of the overall placement of some of the heavier areas of precipitation, with a lot of the mountain zones seeing some of the heavier rain totals. And again, really that will be determined by the specifics of this system with tropical origins. Now, it's not Jerry. Jerry is a tropical storm in the Atlantic that will head further to the north and maybe only affect some of the northeastern Atlantic islands. But let's look at the Caribbean Sea. There is the region we're watching for signs of tropical development. That is 97L, tropical disturbance 97L. And it's going to continue to lift to the northwest and then eventually bend to the north and northeast. Here are your spaghetti charts for that system. Off to the north and then northeast, heading to the central Gulf Coast, and then bending northeast, probably across somewhere near the Carolinas early next week, around Monday. Now, again, I'm as I've been mentioning on Facebook and Twitter, I just am skeptical that this is going to become a major tropical system. Here's one of the reasons why. Notice on the water vapor imagery, a lot of dry air down there around the Gulf of Mexico. Also, as that next trough I showed you earlier begins to swing in, there's going to be a lot of shear begin to impact the system. So this just does not look like, at least on the surface, and has the chance of becoming a major system. This let me show you a couple of the other models. Well, I'll just show you this one. This is a look at the Hurricane Wharf, the H Wharf, and this was the 0Z run, and it make it close to hurricane intensity there as it scraped just east of the South Pass, the South Channel there, the Mississippi River, and headed up in the general direction of close to Pensacola or Mobile thereafter. And the Hurricane Wharf, the H Wharf, has a tendency to really overblow the intensity of systems. So, again, at the moment, I'm not convinced this is going to become a huge tropical system, but it could certainly become a tropical depression or a tropical storm, and it bears watching for interest along the Gulf Coast. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.